Welcome to The Real with Joseph Labman. I am Joseph Labman. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of The Real, taking time out of your day to come watch this episode. I really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe for me. I'd really appreciate that as well. That's the best way you can support this channel and help me grow my content and grow this channel to where I'd like it to be. Everybody hit the like button for me on the way in on this video today. That also helps promote this video more in the algorithms, helps grow this channel more as well. Please share this content. I would really appreciate that. My guests would as well. If you would please share this episode with someone you know that maybe is interested in the topic we're talking about today. Please leave a comment below as well. We'd love to hear your guys' feedback. You can interact with myself and the guest on the panel and the live chat as well. Whatever we're talking about, just leave a comment there in the live chat. Pop in and say hello. We'll put it on the screen for you. And yeah, without further ado, let's get to the show. Not a whole lot of yeeking tonight, Mike.
No, not a lot.
Yeah, welcome into The Real, folks. If you're new here, please like, subscribe, and share, right, Mike? We'd really appreciate that.
Yes, we would.
If you hit the subscribe button, you make our night better as Cavs fans. But welcome into The Real. Instant reaction to the Cavs' heartbreaking loss to the Indiana Pacers. Was it what was the score? 120 to 119, I think it was.
Yep.
Heartbreaker. Obviously, the Cavs were shorthanded tonight. No Mobley, no Garland still, no DeAndre Hunter with a thumb injury. So shorthanded tonight, but they still played well enough to win, good enough to win, in my opinion. And couldn't box out there at the end to get the rebound. Pacers missed the free throw, but couldn't box out twice. And Tyrese Halliburton does what Tyrese Halliburton does and hits the game-winning shot, Mike. So let's get into it. Now, Mike, I'm going to start with you because I just called Mike after the game. I thought Mike would be real pissed. But, Mike, what happened on your end tonight at the end of the game there?
Well, I turned the game off. I assumed that we had the game wrapped up, so I didn't even finish the last 50 or so seconds. So, but yeah, I mean, and go figure, I watched the quick highlight reel of the 50 seconds and go figure Ty Jerome is the guy on Halliburton. I'm so sick of that dude in this series, man. He has been unplayable in this series. What was he tonight? 1 of 15 or some crazy shit?
Yeah, let me pull those stats up here in a second. He wasn't good tonight. On both ends, really wasn't that good. I mean, he had some good plays defensively, but I didn't think he was that good tonight. I'll be honest with you, Mike. I think Kenny Atkinson's having a bad series, and I know he just won Coach of the Year. I thought some of the adjustments early on tonight, they put more pressure on the ball, which I broke down in my film breakdown of Game 1. I thought they were better defensively for 3 quarters, but I thought his rotations tonight were not that good. When you're shorthanded like that, I thought he wore out his ball handlers too much. And at the end of the game there, they couldn't get the ball past half court. You couldn't inbound the ball. You couldn't get it past half court without turning it over, somebody falling to the floor. Donovan almost got hurt on that one play there at the end. Craig Porter Jr. had a really good first half, and he just didn't see the floor at all in the second half. I don't know why. I just don't get it. I don't understand why when you're shorthanded, at least put him out there. I would have put him back out there probably in the middle towards the end of the third, maybe beginning of the fourth, to keep your guys fresh, and he just didn't do it.
Right. I would have rather had Porter out there than Ty Jerome, as awful as Jerome's been. Craig Porter is at least.
When you're depleted like that, you got to just go with who's having a good night.
Right.
You know what I mean? But go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, I mean, as bad as Jerome's been, like, I wouldn't give that cat any more minutes. Like, God hope that at least Garland and Hunter can go. I know ankle injuries can be weird for big men, so I don't know if Mobley's going to be able to go in a couple days. But hopefully Garland's healthy enough to go, and hopefully so is Hunter to have that size out there. I mean, it's bleak right now, but it's the NBA. Being down 2 isn't necessarily the end of the world. Teams have come back from 2-0 many times in the past. I think it just happened last year as well. But, yeah, it's not looking good. Injuries are piling up. It sucks because Donovan had such a great game. And the Pacers have always played us well. That we've always played them well. It's always been a hell of a matchup. But Strus had a monster game too. So did Jared Allen. Honestly, like you said, we played well enough to win. It's just the guys just look gassed in the fourth quarter, kind of like just echoing what you said.
Yeah, they just look gassed. I thought the rotation, you're already thin. I thought he should have played Porter a little more tonight just to give your ball handlers a rest. And at the end of the game, like I said, they looked gassed. They could not – they looked completely just addict, just no energy. I look at the stats here tonight, Mike. Indiana did not – they shot 39% from three tonight, which that's pretty good, actually. It's not terrible, almost 40%. But I thought the Cavs played good enough. They got enough stops all the way up until the last 2 minutes of the game. In the fourth quarter, they were not good offensively. I don't know what happened to the ball movement, Mike, that we used to see, we saw all year. That's the reason why you really brought in Kenny Atkinson. And I'll be honest with you, Mike, tonight I just saw in the last two games, in the fourth quarter, it looks like the old JB team. Just stagnant offense, one-on-one, hero ball, no cutting, getting bullied on by the other team. And Indiana was literally shoving our guys into the ground tonight in that fourth quarter, and they were way more physical than us. And it looked like the old JB team, Mike. I'm not going to lie, offensively.
I see what you mean offensively, yeah.
Yeah, we're just the ball sticking. There's no ball movement. There's no you got I can't as great as Donovan is, he can't he had 30 shots again tonight. He shot 60 shots the last two games and they've lost. So and he's struggling from three. He's 1 of 7 right now. And I think a lot of that 1 of 7 is because I just think he's not getting many easy looks. There's not really running consistent offense. And I think he's had to use so much energy. His legs are tired. He just doesn't look like the energy at the end of the games to close it with the last 2 minutes. He'll start off the end of the third and the beginning of the fourth so hot, and then he gets to the end of the fourth quarter and he's got no energy.
Yeah, and I think another thing too is losing Garland has been rough. During the season, in the fourth quarter, Garland's been our closer. Like he really has been.
And it gives you the ability to take Donovan off the ball, which he hasn't been able to.
Right. And he's arguably got the best handles on the entire team. And, he can create space on the floor. He's the best passer on the team. It's just been, man, it's been rough not having him out there. And obviously losing the defensive edge of Evan Mobley. I think if Evan Mobley at least would have been on the floor tonight, I think we would have won that game. What would you say, by 10? Because Jared Allen was huffing and puffing in the end of the third, dude, and we couldn't have him out there. If we would have just been rotating Evan in at the 5, Miles Turner wouldn't have gotten like 6 easy points because they kept switching Strus or whoever onto him. And it was just it was a rough watch.
Yeah, I don't think they got beat inside the other night because surprisingly as it was, I thought they actually held up pretty well even without Mobley. I just think go back to what I just said about how when you have Garland, it gives Mitchell the ability, it takes the load off of him, right? But also you can take him off the ball, especially at the end of the game where he can conserve his energy a little bit, right? And I just think when you don't rotate when you're that thin and you just ride the same guys, the same ball handlers the whole second half, and Indiana's a pretty physical team, and they start putting the pressure and pushing the pace like they did at the end of that in the fourth quarter. They start pushing the pace again, which is what they're good at, and getting those shots in transition. I don't understand what Kenny Atkinson, why you wouldn't play Craig Porter more. He played a pretty good first half. You gotta be smart with your guys' minutes and conserving energy. And I just thought at the end of the game, we weren't able to because we were just too tired. And you turn the ball over when you're tired and you make mistakes like you saw tonight. Max Strus throwing a crazy inbound pass there at the end to turn it over. I don't know why he threw that pass. And you can't execute because you're too tired.
Right.
I think tonight, I don't blame this game on the players solely. I mean, they got to box out things they got to do better, but I just think the coach didn't. I don't think Kenny Atkins had a good series. I really don't. I just think the game plan was not good. I thought the game plan tonight defensively was a little better, but still just how he handled the minutes. Um, I just don't get it.
I agree with that.
Yeah, let's get somebody. The Krusty Critter. That's a hell of a name. Thanks for tuning in. He said, you had players on the bench that had fresh legs and didn't use them. Let's face it, Indiana's bigger and faster. They're going to win this in a sweep. I mean, who knows? But I agree with that first part, Krusty. That's what I'm saying. You had fresh players on the bench. Craig Porter played good enough in that first half. You could have rode him a little more in the third quarter and conserve your other ball handlers' energy, give them some rest. And you get to the end of the game where you can't get the ball past half court when you need it most. So I don't get it. Shout out to Greg Berg. He said Pacers are known for being a soft team. The Cavs are falling off balance everywhere, and the coach is coping for his job. Yeah, I mean, I think the Pacers this series they look like compared to the Cavs, Mike, they look like a physical team. I mean, I think Greg Berg he said Mitchell gets every single call. The refs treated him like Jordan. I don't know if Greg's a Pacers fan, but against us, Greg, they look like a much more physical team than us, and that's always been a criticism of the Cavs. Mike, going back to 2 years ago against the Knicks, was their physicality.
Right. I mean, we're missing two of the most physical players on the team are Hunter and Mobley. And you're missing most of your defensive physicality right there. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to put it all on missing players because we did play well enough to win, but man, yeah, it's just a heartbreaker. The Craig Porter thing is a big misstep by Atkinson. Javonte Green didn't have many points. I don't think he had anybody. He was playing well defensively. Okoro's been lost in this series. I don't know if he should get as many minutes as Javonte Green at this point. But yeah, hopefully the Cavs can readjust, surprise us when we go to Indiana. It's the NBA. It's not over till it's over. But
Parent
right
John
now it's not
said,
looking great.
well, shout out to Raul. He said, it's Cleveland. What do you expect? Man, no shit, Raul. Good to see you, though, my friend. I agree with you. I already knew you can't win with Garland. Injury prone and just not the guy. Well, yeah, I mean, getting injured in the playoffs isn't ideal. I want to stay focused on this series right now, but Mike, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm already thinking about where this team may have to go if they lose this second round, which looks like they may have, which is probably going to happen as of right now. I think this team, Mike, they're constructed really well. They win a lot of games in the regular season. They're they're a little more analytical heavy than I'd like them to be. They shoot a lot of threes. And when you shoot that many threes like the Cavs, and you can win a lot of games in the regular season. But come playoff time, the game slows down. It always has and always will in the history of basketball. And you got to play half court. You got to match up. You got to be able to defend. You got to be able to play inside, outside more, and you got to be able to execute. And the Cavs right now, Mike, look like a team that they're great in the regular season, like everybody says, but they're really not built for the postseason when they play against bigger teams that are equally or just a little, maybe just good enough to beat them talent wise, like Indiana.
I don't know if I'm there yet, but we definitely need a little bit more size at the guard position. But I'm not there with Garland yet.
Max Strus cannot be your starting small forward next year.
I agree with that.
It cannot happen. Cannot happen ever. I like Max Strus, nice player, but he's not a starting small forward in the NBA.
No, he's not. I agree with that 110.
Shout out to our boy Danny, Mike. He's in the chat. Coach of the Year trophies in Cleveland don't seem to do wonders for us in the playoffs these last few years. Yeah, not at all. My gosh. Shout out to Tune In Sports. Speechless. Yeah, I agree too. I mean, everybody's speechless tonight. Shout out to Humble. Humble, unfortunately, he was at the game, Mike. I feel bad for Humble.
Oh man.
I'm gonna drop the link in a minute, Humble. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you're able to, or anybody. Jersey. This said Cavs are too soft, also too small in the perimeter. Trade time. Trade time. Yeah, we're getting there. Greg Berg said, yes, I'm a Pacers fan. I hope Mitchell doesn't get 20 free throws in Indy. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if we get the whistle in Indy. I agree with that. But I appreciate you tuning in, Greg. And it's a good time to be a Pacers fan, that's for sure. They got a really good team out there. Drop a like, fellas. Giannis is a great fit here. Humble guy as well. Are you interested in Giannis Antetokounmpo, Mike? Although he said today, the Howard Beck article said that if he does get traded, he wants to go to L.A., Miami, or New York.
Yeah, I just don't know what a Giannis trade would look like. I feel like the Cavs would have to give up too much, and then it's not at that point. I don't know if it's worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it's giving up Mobley and Garland and a bunch of picks, it's like, well, you're back to square one kind of thing because you know.
Yeah. He said, "What's the point anymore?" George said, "No real leadership out there." I think this is a valid point too, Mike. I don't think we have guys that are actually. I mean, Tristan Thompson won a championship, but he's not. He doesn't play. I think we need to focus more this offseason getting some real. Obviously, what you need on the roster, but I think they could really use a legit vet out there that's won a championship that could still play.
Right.
I just think at times they need somebody out there that could slow them down. And I don't know. Your thoughts on the leadership?
I mean, I don't think leadership is an issue. I mean, it hasn't been an issue all season. Like I think this team has some great leaders. I think Donovan Mitchell himself is a leader. You know, Tristan Thompson's a good bench guy, what have you, but like I mean championship uh oh my god, championship experience is extremely valuable, and that's always a great thing to have in any sport. But I wouldn't say if like there's no leadership, you know what I mean? I think this
I
is a
think
very
Donovan.
well put, well knit together team.
They
But yeah,
are.
no,
I think what Jersey's saying though, Donovan's a good leader. He's vocal. You've seen that tonight. They communicate well as a team. I think they don't have any experience. They don't have guys
yeah,
that have actually done it that can. Tristan Thompson does it, but Tristan Thompson, sorry, nobody probably takes him seriously. Sitting on the end of the bench, he doesn't play. I mean, I'm sure they respect him, but he doesn't play, and he's not out there in the game. They need
right.
guys that can contribute that have actually won, because that stuff matters. There's a reason why Golden
Oh, yeah.
State. There's a reason why the Golden State Warriors might get to the Western Conference Finals and maybe to the finals again this year because it's the experience they have, the pedigree. You know what I mean? Look how far it's carried them all these years.
Right,
That's why they've won 4 banners because they just the experience and just I mean, you have to have those guys. They don't have to be star players. You got to have those guys out there. Every team's got to have good vets and guys that can contribute, but also have been there and won because it helps settle the other guys down to have it in those moments. And you see it at times where the Cavs are out there, like tonight, the Strus inbound play. I mean, how many boneheaded plays do we see tonight at the end of that last 2 minutes? That one play in particular, not boxing out. No, I mean, just in game one, you saw it a lot. You know what I mean? And another thing I have a problem with too, Mike, and I'm going to go back to Kenny Atkinson again. I'm sorry, but when you don't practice for 2 months in the middle of the season, this is a result of that. You don't box out. Your guys look tired and out of shape. You're doing defensively in game one. They were a complete mess. Bad rotations. I mean, basic fundamental stuff. Not closing out properly. And then tonight you can't execute when you at the end of the game. You can't box out when when you need a rebound. I mean, it's just not practicing for 2 months. And then I hear Kenny Atkinson after the game the other day saying on the week after they beat Miami, saying how wonder if should we have scrimmaged more? Basically saying should we have practiced more leading up to game one? It's just I'm sorry when you do not practice. This is the result of that. It catches up to you. You practice during the season to create those good habits. That's why the Chicago Bulls were so good because yeah, they had Michael Jordan, but if you watch The Last Dance, those practices were harder than the game, and they practiced all the time. You have to practice. And they didn't
right.
practice for 2 months middle of the season. And when I see guys not boxing out tonight, guys looking fatigued and tired, and the way they couldn't execute on both ends, they couldn't even inbound a pass. I'm sorry, but that happens when you build those habits.
Right. I agree with that.
If 2/3 of them guys don't come back, the Cavs will get the gentleman swept. It's whatever. He said, "I got my fellas. They can tell you what they've seen." Okay, I'll drop the link in a minute. He said, "We know the series is over. Tristan Thompson gets on the court at any point outside of the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter." Yeah, I agree with that. Going home 2-0. Yeah, I mean, you guys should be feeling well as Pacers fans, Greg. I mean, you guys got a really good team, and I'll tell you what, Rick Carlisle, he is having a really good series coaching-wise, I think. And Tyrese Halliburton, I mean, he's this is the first time I really watched him, Mike, and man, he's one of the best playmakers I've seen in that position in a long time, Mike. Like in a while, like just a pure point, the way he dictates the game. I mean, he can really control and take over a game.
Yeah.
Tristan Thompson is a Hall of Fame talent waiver. Let's see. We got some beef in the chat. Boston whip. Okay. Pierre John is not happy tonight. He is a pissed off Cleveland fan. When are we leaning on Tristan Thompson for leadership? We're fucked. Or when we are leaning on Tristan for leadership, yeah. Steph is hurt, pulled a hammy. Greg said he was coming for inside info. Appreciate you for tuning in, Greg. Shout out to you, Parent Job. I know you're pissed off, bud. Let's see here. He said Tristan's bum ass. Okay. All right. Well, we got DiBiasio in the chat, Mike. Joe, you were at the game tonight, bud. What was your reaction to that heartbreaking loss there at the end?
Hey, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we got you.
All right, we're driving now. We're driving back now, but I wanted to hop on. Dude, that was horrible. That was so gut-wrenching. I mean, we were up, 7 with like 30 seconds left or something like that, and just couldn't inbound the ball, and just a horrible coaching effort by Kenny. I think this one's definitely on Kenny Atkinson. I mean, you feel bad for Donovan Mitchell. He played his heart out, but man, you can't play him that much. I would be surprised if Donovan plays game 3 just because he got beat the crap out of tonight. I also think Darius Garland needs to step up, and he should have played tonight. I know he's got the toe injury, but I mean, I think this also falls on Darius for not playing today.
What do you? I think DeAndre Hunter should have played tonight. I mean, you got a thumb injury, but I mean, come on.
I thought Hunter was. I mean, he fell on his back in game 1. I didn't realize it was his thumb, but
it was a dislocated thumb. I get it. It was on a shooting hand, but I think you can play through that. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I don't know.
I mean, at the bare minimum, Darius.
I've seen guys play through that. I've seen guys play through that injury before on their shooting hand. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, you look at Steph Curry's thumb in the playoffs. He's got a jacked up thumb, and I know he just got hurt, but he's been playing with that on his shooting hand. So,
right.
Just horrible game plan by Kenny tonight. The refs were horrible. I mean, they were holding the Cavs on the inbound passes and weren't calling it. Tony Brothers was the ref tonight. I mean, what can you expect? He's been horrible his whole career. But just absolutely gut-wrenching loss. I mean, if we don't have Garland, I mean the series is probably over. We got to win both in Indiana, but I want a full roster for game 3. I don't care how beat up Garland, Hunter, Mobley are. Donovan deserves to sit out if he wants, but the rest of those guys need to play game 3.
I mean, he ain't sitting out at this point. I mean, he's good enough to play. He should play. what did you think? What was the energy like in that arena when that at the end there? I mean, 50 seconds left. I mean, you look like you're going to walk out of there as a victor, with a victory. What was it like watching that unfold? Jersey made a good point here. He said it's similar to the shot. It reminded him of the shot when Jordan hit that. We weren't alive, but we all know that as Cleveland fans. That I'm gonna have Jersey maybe hop on and explain that in a minute because he lived through that. What was it like in that arena when Halliburton hit that shot tonight? Being in there, I mean, what was that like that moment?
I wasn't there for the shot, but I think it's worse than the shot because at least you can respect Michael Jordan. Tyrese Halliburton is an above-average point guard. He is not that good, and I know he's a good passer, but he didn't play most of the game, and there's a reason for it. I mean, he's had 2 really good games, but I mean, it's just a shame that it ended like that. I mean, the crowd was completely. So the crowd energy, the whole game was awesome. I think the fans were into it. The players, the energy. The Cavs had a great defensive game for most of it, and unfortunately, Kenny just ran his starters dry. Ty Jerome had a horrible game, and he kept Ty Jerome in the game for some reason. I would have kept Porter in there. He was doing pretty well. I would have even played Tristan Thompson a few minutes just to go into your bench because we had like a 7-8 man rotation for most of the game, and it just didn't make sense with 3 guys out. But kudos to Halliburton for making that shot. It's just frustrating because we're a better team than the Pacers, but not always the better team wins.
Mike? What you got on that?
I mean,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with what DiBiasio was saying. I mean, yeah, it's just gut wrenching, and it's Porter definitely should have played. And yeah, Ty Jerome's had a horrible series, not just this game, but the last game he took 20 shots. He only made like 3 of them. So like, I don't know what they're doing to Ty or his mind, but Ty's he's obviously probably still going to play some minutes, but they've got to cut those minutes down. Like,
yeah, I don't. Joey, what did you? I thought Craig Porter really gave them some really good energy on both ends tonight. I mean, defensively, I thought he was really good. He at least had fresh legs there. I don't understand why Kenny didn't put him out there in the second half. Like you said, as that fourth quarter went on, I mean, you start off that fourth quarter, you couldn't even make a basket, just like the last game, and your guys are out there just gassing and just trying to get by and hopefully win. I don't understand why you didn't run fresher legs and keep the rotation, fresher with your starters and the ball handlers.
Yeah, you got these guys on a roster for a reason. I'm trying to remember the other guy's name, number 8 for our team. Mike can probably help me out. Javonte Green played well. He only got like 4 or 5 minutes. I don't know why we didn't play him more. You got guys with fresh legs, and for whatever reason, Kenny decided to just run Donovan until the wheels fell off. I mean, he completely overused him. I give Donovan credit for playing as hard as he did. He embodied what Cleveland's about, but as a coach, you need to rest your players. The Pacers did a good job with that. They had a solid rotation, but just maybe the worst game I've seen Kenny coach in his time in Cleveland.
I think he's having a bad series personally. I think the game plan in game 1 was bad. Defensively, they were terrible. I think he's having. He just won Coach of the Year, but man, he's having a shit series. Speaking of those minutes, I look at the Pacers bench tonight. Minutes wise, Obi Toppin 16 minutes, Thomas Bryant 11 minutes, T.J. McConnell 14 minutes, Benedict Mathurin, he played 20 minutes, and he's a guard. McConnell's a ball handler as well. The Cavs tonight, their bench, Okoro 29 minutes, Merrill 26 minutes, but then after that, Javonte Green 10 minutes, and Craig Porter Jr. only 4 minutes. I
Yeah,
look
I
at the
mean,
ball.
my heart.
I look at the ball handlers' minutes, right? And you look at their two ball handlers off their bench, and Benedict Mathurin and TJ McConnell. They 34 minutes combined. Our two ball handlers off our bench, really Craig Porter. I mean, Merrill's he's more of a two. I mean, he can handle the ball, but he's not great. I mean, Craig Porter Jr. 4 minutes. Javante Green 10. So really combined 14 minutes. Really, Craig Porter Jr. Your other ball handler on the bench 4 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't know what Kenny was thinking this game. I just completely overworked our starters. I thought Strus and Merrill played solid. I think Allen played solid. Um, Donovan obviously amazing. I mean, you make the case Donovan's the third or fourth best Cavalier all time. Just an amazing performance by him. But Darius needs to step up. He needs to play for Game 3 and the rest of the series. And Kenny's got to have a much better game plan. This is just horrible game plan coming in. Yeah.
Shout out to my man Joe Swanson. Shout out to you, Joe. I haven't seen you in forever. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Joey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. You know Joey too. I forgot. Yeah. Well, you know both of us. But Joe, I remember. Good to see you. But it's SCS days. Hope you're doing well. He said the irony of getting Coach of the Year. He played his worst game tonight. Wasted Donovan's performance. Coached his worst game. I totally agree. Your thoughts, Joey? Or Mike?
I mean, yeah,
Mike.
Horrible game.
Yeah, it was definitely one of, if not the worst game I've seen him coach since he's been in.
Yeah, Mike, what adjustments do you think they need to make offensively or what do you see offensively, Mike, do you think they're not doing? At the end of the game?
I mean, really it's just rotation. Like Kenny's just got to realize, I mean, here Ty Jerome hasn't been playing well this series. Maybe it's just a bad matchup for whoever's guarding him. Got to get Craig Porter more minutes. Should be easier to do if Darius is healthy. You got to get healthy. That's a big thing. If Evan's out there, that changes things a lot too. I think you can go without DeAndre Hunter. You can split, you could split what would be his minutes between Javante Green and maybe giving Max Strus some more minutes. But I'd say the big thing is just going to be rotation and health. Like Darius is healthy and Evan's healthy, it's a good chance that we could come back in the series. But I just don't know, especially with Evan because of the ankle injury.
Joey, let me ask you. I made a point earlier. Let's say the Cavs, this keeps up as it looks like right now, health-wise, just the way they're playing, the matchup, that they don't win the series. I mean, you had a lot of expectations on this team this year. They won 60-plus games. You had the Coach of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. People were tired of just the second-round exit last year. You got beat up by the Knicks first-round year before that. That's why you fired JB. I mean, where do you look at this roster? I've been consistent this whole time that you can't. I don't know if you can win consistently in the playoffs with two small guards in the backcourt and Max Strus, who's 6'4", 6'5", as your small forward. And Mike, I'm curious your thoughts again on this. I mean, and Joe, I'll go to you first. I mean, what do you think of this roster moving forward if they lose this series? I mean, I think they're going to have to make some really hard decisions.
Well, I didn't think we were going to be able to sign Ty Jerome just because of how well he's played this year, but because of how poorly he's played these playoffs, we might be able to get him back for cheaper than I thought. I would like to still have Ty Jerome back just for the depth. We really don't have to do too much. We just need our guys healthy and playing deep in the playoffs. You can blow it all up for a chance at Giannis if you want. I wouldn't do that, but I really don't think we need to change too much. we just need guys like Darius to grow up and be healthy in the playoffs. I mean, a toe injury, come on. I would play through a toe injury. What are we talking about here?
Well, I mean, I think his injury is debilitating. It's almost like turf toe. It sounds like he has, which is, I mean, but I just think I just look at the roster construction from that standpoint. Uh, I don't. He said the Pacers are a much smaller team. I don't think they're not a smaller, they're a bigger team. They got a bigger backcourt. Uh, they're much bigger than the Cavs. The Cavs don't have a. The Cavs are too small in the backcourt. They're 6'2". What is it? 6'2", 6'2", and then 6'4". Max Strus. The Pacers still have Siakam and Turner up in the front court, and those guys are pretty good at typical height for full or power forward and center. Uh, Halliburton, he's too big for the Cavs. The Cavs are too small in their back three, and Kenny Axon likes to run three
Actually,
guards.
I thought Okoro did a really good job guarding him for most of the night. I didn't see him late in the fourth. So we have the guy to guard him. That's Okoro. But I still see what you mean by like our front court just like with Garland and Mitchell just too small.
Yeah, it's our back three. It's just too small. I just think it's too small. He said Neesmith's a 2 playing at 3. Yeah, but you guys are bigger than us in the back end. And I said that going in before the series because you got Nembhard, who's 6'4". You got Neesmith, who's listed at 6'6", and you got a 6'5" point guard in Halliburton. It's really the point guard. It's whenever we play against teams of bigger point guards, and they're still 6'4" above across the board. We struggle defensively because we can't. We switch everything when we get put in bad matchups. So, but I got a special guest in here. I got my man Tune In Sports is in here. Tune In. I don't know what to say, bro. It's a tough one tonight.
Yeah, man. I'm just speechless, man. I cooled off a little bit. That game, left me kind of upset, man. How we just went out like that. Um, yeah, the Cavs pretty much choked it away, man. I mean, you had control of the game for the most part, and to just choke it away at the end like that, not box out, poor inbounding, poor execution, like you said, man. It's just unfortunate, man. That's like one of the worst ways to lose, man. It's just
Yeah.
it's bad, man. I really don't know what to say. Donovan Mitchell, he did all he could, man. I mean, he had some moments when I was just like, you could have passed it here and there, but he did what a superstar is supposed to do. He's already playing banged up.
Yeah.
So he did what he had to do. I mean, he took a lot of shots, but he did what he had to do. Being shorthanded. And other guys, Ty Jerome, he's he had a horrible game. Uh, I guess I don't know if that helped with paying him this summer, but yeah, he had a terrible game. I said Ty Jerome was going to be like the X factor before. I said that because DG not playing, but yeah, I don't know about Ty Jerome. I think we need one or two of them guys to come back, or it's gonna get ugly, bro. I really, I'm not gonna be like saying of course you still got a chance. It's a 7 game series. This could go 7 games, but right now, how I'm feeling, all the momentum's in the Pacers' favor to really close this out. So we have to win. When we go to Indiana, we have to win. We really have to win both of them games. But yeah, it's not looking good.
Yeah. What did you think there at the end of the game when you saw that shot? What was your initial reaction?
Defeated. I was defeated, man. I was just saying, like, wow,
And
like
Mike,
it was
I got
crazy.
Mike. Tell your story again, real quick, Mike. You turned the game off with 50 seconds left when they were up 7.
Yeah, I thought we won.
Wow.
Yeah, I turned the game off, and then Joseph said he wanted to do a show, and I was like, all right, okay. And he had said something along the lines of, yeah, it was heartbreaking. I was like, wait, pardon? Had to watch the last 50 seconds. I'm like, well, I'm glad I didn't watch that live. I would have thrown up.
Yeah, I mean, and Joey, I asked you, and you said Joey was at the game tonight, and it's just the air just got sucked out of the arena. I don't know. What do you guys think of if you had to grade Kenny Atkinson through 2 games? What would you grade him right now? Whoever wants to go take a crack at it.
I don't know, D minus. He's been horrible.
Yeah.
Mike?
I mean, we've lost both, so I mean, like, it's not like he's doing well, but like, I don't know, like a D. I feel like a D is fair.
10?
I give him a C.
C. I was gonna
A
go
C.
C, but I thought I was gonna get
I give him a C. Nothing above that. I give him a C. The Cavs really
2,
should have won this game. To be honest.
2, what did you think? Jersey said F. Jersey's pissed.
Hey,
2,
I'm not. Hey, he should be.
yeah.
We're all pissed.
Yeah, everybody should. All of us should be like heated with this game. Like that was just poor execution.
2, and I got to ask you, I made the point earlier. I don't understand why he didn't run Craig Porter more tonight. Craig Porter played 4 minutes, and in those 4 minutes, he played really well on both ends. Was making plays. He just gives you another ball handler when you're that thin tonight, especially. I watched the end of the games, and I look at our ball handlers in game one, and then especially tonight, they just look gassed. I mean, when you're not executing like that and turning the ball over, you can't get the ball past half court. And defensively, you're just sluggish in rotations. I mean, they look gassed at the end of the game, and I think his rotations were just not good. I thought he really worked the starters too hard in that second half. And I'm curious your thought. I thought Craig Porter should have got more minutes tonight, just to at least keep the rotation somewhat fresher.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think Craig should have got more minutes. Like you said, like another ball handler. Like because the Pacers full court press, they pressure the ball, and having Ty Jerome, even that last game, Ty Jerome had that 8-second violation. I mean, that's last game, but like just having another ball handler with Darius Garland not being out there. I think Craig Porter, you could trust Craig. I noticed he haven't really played in the playoffs, but he been in moments. Yeah, he even when you watch him like play, he always like calm, cool, collective, poised, and
yeah.
like clutch moments. Like you seen him in regular season when we had big games against other teams or against Philadelphia 76ers. He was able to play in them games under, I think that was under JB, and we was able to he helped us beat the 76ers. Like in like those type of moments, I think um he could play in them type of moments. I really think Craig could have played more. He even had like a chase down block in this game. So
Hey, that 4 minutes, he had 2 steals in 4 minutes.
but yes,
I don't understand. And not to cut you off, I just don't understand why I'm watching this second half on Playtune and Mike, and I'm just like, why are we not playing him more? He gave you good quality minutes.
I agree.
Keep running them.
Yeah, especially in the fourth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I don't understand what his thinking is. I just don't understand his whole game plan, his whole playoffs. I just don't understand. My next point or question for you too is, I made the point earlier in the fourth quarter. These last 2 games, I feel like I'm watching the old JV teams in the fourth quarter of the playoffs, where it's just ISO, Hail Mary shots,
Big and roll.
praying for a foul call. I just don't. Where's the ball movement? Where's the cutting that we saw all year? The basketball that we loved. That's the reason why you brought him here, and why you fired JB really was for that offense to evolve and get the guys all to play better together, maximize their talents, what they do best. I just watched the end of these 4 quarters, man. It's just the whole fourth quarter. It's like as soon as the fourth quarter starts, these last 2 games, the offense just goes to complete shit, and it's just stagnant. And it's one-on-one hero ball. It's Max Strus. I like Max, but my gosh, he's out there shooting the ball. He's got the ultimate green light in his head. That
He
guy could
can't
have
he came through though. He came through.
He did. I just don't like the shot select. What are your thoughts on the offense in the fourth quarter? I feel like I'm watching the old JB team at times.
Yeah, it wasn't enough ball movement. It definitely became stagnant. I wish the ball would have moved more. You saw a lot of Donovan, do himself plays also. But yeah, I mean, I really wish we had Darius Garland. Like I really wish we had him. You know, some people say we play better without Darius Garland. It was people out there saying that. Like, but nah, I really Darius, another ball handler like Darius, like you said, who could dribble the ball. Like he's definitely needed in moments like this, man. And the Pacers look like the Pacers has been better than the Cavs, man. They moving the ball. They just the Cavs are the better team, but the Pacers just look better, man. I don't know. Like,
The Pacers are exploiting the matchups, and we're not. That's the
yeah.
problem. Like
Yeah.
in the fourth quarter, as bad as the game, Miles Turner missed a lot of easy bunnies tonight down by the basket. But at the end of the game, though, they still kept going to the matchup. You know what I mean? They would go up to that high screen and roll. They get the
Mhm.
switch, and they instead of us, what we would do when we get the switch, number one, we're not even calling high screen rolls ever. We're running like early 7-second offense, and it's just Donovan trying to hero ball to the basket, which he's been good at, or it's kick it to the whoever's open on the perimeter and chuck up the three.
Yeah.
When I watch the Pacers, though, they really execute. I mean, they push the pace, but man, they identify the matchups, they exploit the guy they wanted to get the switch on, and they threw the ball down in the post to Turner because he had a 6'4" guy on him, and he's 7 feet tall. And
Yeah,
at the
mismatch.
end of the
Yep.
game, he got those baskets at the end of the game, just turn into just simple basketball. I just feel like the Cavs don't play simple basketball. I feel like the Pacers do what they make it too hard. The Cavs make it too hard on themselves, offensively, in my opinion. Like I just you know what I mean. Like, well, I'm curious your guys' thought. I just feel like they make it too hard on themselves. Like, why not just try to get the matchups? Like, and go back to game one when Hunter played. I know he didn't play tonight, but there was a couple times where Hunter came and screened the ball handler, and they switched, and Hunter got the smaller guy on him. He posted up. He had that one post up. It's like Mobley had a great game, and we just never went back to him in the post when we needed a basket. I just don't understand that they're thinking and the offense. I'm just curious your guys' thoughts on that. I feel like Indiana does what we should be doing. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's just easy fundamentals. I don't know why they're not exploiting it more. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I hadn't even thought of that, or I guess seen that yet, or analyzed that. But like, that's a good point. I don't know why
well,
we're not just playing
I
normal
did break
fundamentals.
down game one for 2 hours the other day, so that's what when you said I said just sitting there watching that for 2 hours in game one, you could just see and then to see some of the same things happen tonight. I don't know. I mean, too, what's your thoughts on all that?
Yeah, but they yeah, from game one. I mean they was better from a defensive
Right.
standpoint, and they was better, but yeah, it's like the Pacers. We should be doing what the Pacers do, man. We definitely beating ourselves up and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I just don't know, man. I don't
Like
I don't.
that's why when I say why are we not running offense, that's really what I'm talking. Why are we not? You know what I mean? Why are we not trying to? They switch everything. Why are we not trying to exploit matchups? I don't get it.
Yeah, no, I totally get you. Yeah. I just like Allen had a good game. Allen had a solid game.
He
Yeah,
did.
hit his free
Yeah,
throws tonight too. I think he hit
yeah.
all his free
Free
throws.
throws, that's big time from the charity strike. That's big time.
Yeah,
I think he hit all of them. Yeah, I think he did.
he let me pull it up here. Yeah, he was 8 of 8 tonight from the free throw line. So pretty good night for him. And he got more rebounds tonight as well. Um, I think they did a better job tonight, Tune, of getting back in transition. I know that was something I really harped on in the film yesterday.
Yeah, I seen it.
And I think they pressured the ball more tonight at the point of attack, which really helped out, which I mentioned in that video that they need to do more. And I thought they didn't switch as much tonight. They still switched in certain scenarios where you have to switch, but I thought they actually
Mhm.
fought through the screens more tonight and didn't switch in every scenario, and they actually rotated properly. And the ball pressure was really good.
Isaiah Coro, you say you want him on Tyrese Halliburton. You got that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just he's not going to shut him down because Halliburton's just too good of a player. But you got to make it hard on him. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? The more you pressure their point of attack, you slow down their offense. When their offense plays slow, you saw tonight at times it's not as good. They like to play at a fast pace, and
Yeah.
they're more they like to play downhill, let Halliburton do his thing. But again, I thought the rotations tonight, that's what really killed us from Kenny. You had a good game plan defensively, you were better. But then the fourth quarter, just the rotations caught up to you, and then just the execution offensively. I just don't. Again, like we were just talking about, I don't get it. I don't. You got the job for one reason, because mainly for one reason, because they want you. The offense you ran a goal. You learned at Golden State that you ran back at Brooklyn. You know what I mean? The constant movement, making easier shots, getting easier shots for your team. I haven't seen it in this series in the fourth quarter when it matters most.
Yeah, I haven't criticized Kenny all season, man. I guess the
Well,
honeymoon phase is over. Kenny been getting a lot of credit, for the season, but it's playoffs now, and yeah, it hasn't, been great. Um, it hasn't been great. I just don't. I just wish we get a better Ty Jerome game. What you thought about Dean Wade?
that's Dean Wade.
Hey, yeah,
But
10 rebounds.
no, I mean here he got 10 no, he helped. Yeah, 10 rebounds is big for him. He had to play bigger tonight.
He created some extra opportunities.
Yeah, he had to play the 5 tonight. So I actually give Dean Wade a lot of credit. He played 30 minutes, and they really didn't need his biggest thing tonight was basically the backup center. You know what I mean? That's what they asked him to do tonight. He was the next biggest guy up. I mean, I like Dean Wade. He's a nice rotational player, but he's not a guy that I'm looking to lean on. You know what I mean? And he's just defensively, he's a liability on the perimeter when he gets switched out. I mean, when they switched Halliburton onto him, or when Dean Wade gets switched on the guard Halliburton's eyes light up. I mean, it's like he's like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, especially in game one. I like Dean. I mean, Mike, what did you think of Dean tonight? I just think it's defensive liability.
Yeah, I mean, defensive liability is a good way to put it. But I mean, here, 10 rebounds for a guy that's not usually what they ask of him. Here, I'll give him a thumbs up tonight. I wish
I would
he would hit a couple more
my
shots.
Expectations of him aren't that.
Yeah, my expectations of him aren't. I wish he would have hit a couple more shots. And I mean, here, if Darius can't go, all I know is if we have any shot at coming back in this series, if Darius can't go in game 3, Ty Jerome needs to wake the hell up and figure shit out. I don't know if he's got to spend the night in the gym shooting threes, going through workouts, looking over film. I don't know what he's got to do, but friggin', what did he finish with? 1 of 2 of what?
1 of 14, 0 of 4 from 3, 2
2
points.
points.
Damn.
2
Donovan
points.
Mitchell 1 of 7 from 3. He's not having a good series shooting the 3 ball as well.
Yeah,
I'll give Donovan Mitchell a pass. He had 50.
Well, here's what I think Donovan did better tonight. 21 free throw attempts. He made 17 of them.
Yeah, he attacked the basket.
Yeah,
aggressive.
hit the basket more. I thought in the game 1 he should have did that a little more at the end, which he did tonight. I think tonight wasn't his fault.
Yeah. No. If we have any hope, Ty Jerome's got to wake the hell up, dude. 1 of 14 ain't gonna cut it. 1 of 14, that's disgusting.
I'm a click the Craig Porter campaign if that happens.
Yeah, I mean here, and some of those shots, it's not like he's taking bad shots either. So I don't know what the hell's going on with him.
I didn't think I'd be sitting here around 2 going, "Hey, we need to play Craig Porter more."
Right.
Yeah.
Joe, you still there, bud?
I hope Darius is healthy.
Yeah, I'm still here.
What'd you think of the Deaner tonight? Big Dean Wade, what'd you think of him?
I thought he did good, but I also thought Kenny didn't play him enough. I mean, I thought he still could have put in some more minutes. Probably could have taken some more shots, but no, I like Dean Wade. I like what he did tonight. I think most of the guys Kenny played did well, besides Ty Jerome. So I really think this was just on Kenny to give his starter some more rest.
Yeah, I agree. We got 2 more people in the chat. We got our boy Humble in here, too. Humble, you there?
Humble, my boy.
Yeah, man, it's just me. They dropped me off, man.
Humble, you were at the game tonight, but I'll give you the floor for a minute. Take as much time as you need to unload. What happened there at the end? What was it like in the arena?
Well, Let me see. Let me put this clear on real quick. You see it? It was there,
Uh,
man. It was there, man.
he was in the building.
We just weren't happy with the results, man. So, yeah, we just weren't happy, man. We had to take it off. This
Oh,
is,
it's
we,
over with.
yeah, we might be done. We might be done for it, bro. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you. I hate to say it, bro. I hate to say it. Yeah, we're done, bro. We're cooked, swept.
What was
Yeah.
it like in watching that last shot and he goes in? My dad said it was very. My dad was around when the shot happened with Jordan. He said it was very similar to that. The feeling. What was it like in the arena though? Just have the air sucked out like
I
that.
hope Tyrese gets fined. I hope he gets fined. You saw him doing the nut thing.
Oh
I don't know
yeah.
what's that called, too. I'm sure you know what that's called.
What you I forgot. I know what it's called. I forgot, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know,
Let
man.
him. Yeah.
I'm hurt to tell you the truth, Joe. And I feel like I'm sure you guys already covered it. I feel like Craig Porter should have been in instead of Ty Jerome. And that
Yeah,
could
I've
be a
had
hot
we hit
take.
on that a lot tonight.
That's
I don't know.
crazy to hear though.
I
Yeah,
know,
I
I
know.
know.
That's kind of crazy.
No, I know. I
Yeah,
mean, Ty is a little bit taller and everything. I know. It just he wasn't looking good tonight.
Nah, he wasn't.
could you
So
tell though, from being in person there, humble at the end of the game, just how fatigued the ball handlers look and how he really rode them really heavy in the second half. I thought Craig should have got more minutes.
well, I mean, I wouldn't say it. I mean, really, I would say more of it was just really Indiana creeping up on us towards the end of it, and like as far as like Donovan Mitchell couldn't hit his free throws. I was so confused. Like, what was going on with that? We were over here yelling MVP, and he's missing free throws. You know what I'm saying?
Because he
That
was
was
gassed.
Yeah, he
that.
was
Yeah,
gassed. He was fatigued, man. Bro. He was hitting the deck yeah. I felt
it
bad
was
for him.
it hurt to watch though. It really did.
Donovan did
He
nothing
tried.
wrong tonight.
Right, he tried.
No, he did nothing wrong.
He left
That's
it
a
on the
great point.
floor.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a tough one to swallow for sure. I mean, humble. What are your thoughts on this series? You just said it's over. I mean,
No, for
how
sure.
does
I think we're swept. I mean, I mean, if we just play like that at home, I mean, I couldn't imagine them having home court advantage, and that's me just seeing how I seen it, man. And I love Cleveland, man, I do. But we're just not healthy. And this is what I really wanted to say before I stopped saying anything. I feel like it just sucks to see us go this far. We're number one for so long, just to get hurt towards the end, and it hurts, man. It hurts.
Well, on the bright side, the optimist in me. Remember in 2021, the Bucks were down 0-2, lost both games at home, won the next four to win the championship. So it can be done, but we're gonna need a full squad to do it.
That's the problem right there, though. That's the
right?
problem. We banged up. The guy's not playing. Is Hunter going to come back? Is Mobley going to come back? Is DG going to play? That's the
I
problem.
I want to ask you, Tune and Humble, what's your guys' thoughts on that? I'll be honest with you. I've seen guys play through the injury DeAndre Hunter had, and I was kind of stunned that he didn't play today. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I thought Hunter was going to play. I
Now,
thought at least he was going to play.
what's your thoughts on that? I'll be honest. I see that tonight, and then I hear what Kenny Atkinson said after Game One, basically complaining about the physicality. I'll be honest. I did not like those comments from the coach. I don't know. It feels like it's just starting at the top and now it's trickling down to where, hey, I got a thumb injury. I'm not playing.
Yeah, I don't want to call players soft. I don't want to do that. I don't, but
No, I'm not saying it's soft. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it is kind of soft. I don't know, but
Nah, they're soft, man.
I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that. I didn't like the comments. Yeah, I was talking to you, Joseph. I don't like the comments. Kenny Atkinson was talking about the physicality. I mean, it comes with the game. Playoffs it's amped up. It's a physical game in the playoffs. I know he was probably trying to protect his guys. After seeing a couple of plays that looked crazy, like the Jared Allen falling down, and DeAndre Hunter getting thrown to the floor by Mathurin. I just looked at it. He's probably trying to protect this guy, but the comments, it could rub people the wrong way, of course.
Well, and then he
Uh,
doubled down on it in the pregame too.
Yeah.
Humble, what'd you think about all that?
There was a point, I know you guys seen it, where they were debating if it was what was it, when D Mitch had the ball, they were declaring if it was a flagrant or not. You know what I'm talking about?
Which one was that?
The flagrant foul. It's fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, yeah, towards the end. I mean, if it was the '90s,
Oh,
I
on Neesmith.
yeah, I mean, if
Oh,
it was
when
the
he
'90s,
was
you're running
smashing.
through that guy. He's, I mean, it was a clear flop. I mean, it was some of the refs. I mean,
Yeah,
calls were
that was no
horrible.
flagrant.
Yeah, I know, but it was clear as day. Like we didn't need that anyways. It was horrible basketball to watch, man. At towards the end, and they just crept up on us with their pace, man. I'm telling you. I mean, I got a little notes here. I said second quarter we're up at like 11 points off turnovers. I mean, we didn't have that in the fourth quarter. Um, I think Sam Merritt was doing his thing. I don't think we've seen enough from him in the fourth quarter either. Um. I was happy with Struce everywhere too. I think you guys could all agree on that. Um,
Yeah, that's Drew's play overall. I mean, he had the boneheaded play there at the end, but I mean, I thought he was. I mean, number one, how many minutes did he played? 40 minutes tonight, 39. So almost 39 minutes. So I mean, he made the boneheaded play there at the end, but I mean, I thought from what I expect of him, I thought he played good enough. He played pretty good.
no, yeah,
But
yeah,
that's the one thing I don't understand too. And I broke down in that film session yesterday was from game one. Our transition defense was better tonight, but I thought they relied a lot on the ball pressure. And when you run that rotation as thin as he did on the perimeter, and the guys get tired at the end of the game, like we saw, you saw Indiana get a couple of those easy breakaway layups there in transition. And for some reason, our guys, we crashed all five to get the glass. I just think when you play against a team like Indiana, you cannot afford to do that. You have to have, like I said yesterday, whoever's on the weak side, whoever's back, they need to turn around and haul ass and sprint back. And you saw that play there at the end where we actually got back. I think it was Jerome got in the middle of the floor, or maybe it was him or Isaac, and they were on a 3-on-2, but Jerome got back and it gave us enough time to hold the ball, stop the fast break, stop the ball, and we ended up getting a stop on that play. But it's one of the rare times they've actually gotten back in the series consistently in transition on defense.
right.
They are killing us because we want to crash five, or some of the plays I broke down yesterday, the guys are just walking and they're just jogging back and getting killed. I don't know. Again, I look at a lot of this stuff I see. I'm looking at Kenny Atkinson, and I'm just looking at his adjustments and what he's preaching to his team and the execution of the game plan. I'm just really questioning a lot of things in the series that I'm seeing from him. Gerg, you there?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up? Gerg,
What
so
up,
good.
Gerge?
What's going on?
Gerg, what was your thoughts on the game tonight? You know, you've been listening. What did you think there at the end? What did you see from your vantage point?
I mean, I'll probably say it a little bit differently than what, most of you guys, but I don't blame Kenny Atkinson really at all. I mean, he wasn't out there with a minute left when they were up 7 with, to be honest with you, not even close to a real playoff 5 on the court at any moment. I mean, he wasn't the one that didn't box out Neesmith from the 3-point line. He wasn't the one that didn't box out Halliburton when he was shooting his last free throw. I mean, he wasn't the one that threw the ball and turned the ball over twice in the last 50 seconds. I mean, here, you could say a lot of things about game one. I didn't think Kenny Atkinson did that game one. I thought Rick Carlisle clearly outcoached him in game one. But to be honest with you, I mean, when you have, I would say 2 or 3 players that shouldn't even see playoff minutes for a number 1 seed, and you go out and you're up 7 with a minute left, I think you did a good job coaching I mean, I think that, Donovan Mitchell played well. I wouldn't start Max Strus, to be honest with you. I mean, if they're healthy going forward, I would start Okura. I don't. They need a little bit more size. They need someone to just annoy the crap out of Halliburton. And I mean, but that's moving forward. But tonight, I just think that the players gave it away. I think at the end of the day, it was just their five was just better down the stretch than players like Merrill and Jerome. I mean, Jerome kind of, but Dean Wade. Those players aren't used to being on the court with a minute left. And it showed. It definitely showed tonight. Down the stretch, those players that aren't used to being on the court were, and it showed. I mean, it's not Kenny Atkinson's fault that two times in the last minute they gave up an offensive rebound and a missed free throw. I thought that was just horrible basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I totally agree with the box out part of it. That box out, I mean, you learned that your first day of playing basketball. It's simple. Get the rebound, box out your guy. They didn't do that. My thing with Kenny is more of just, I thought his rotations, I thought his guys were too gassed at the end of the game, so in particular his ball handlers. I thought he could have played Craig Porter more tonight. And like I said, in the 4 minutes, he played well enough, got 2 steals, he can handle the ball. I think when you're that thin and you play against a team like Indiana, likes the pressure, and especially at the end of the games, you gotta rotate your ball handlers. You gotta keep your guys' legs fresh as possible, as best you can. I don't think he did a good enough job tonight doing that, and I thought he should have played Porter more. And
but
my thing
again, I mean,
is their offense let them back in the game at the end of that game. They were horrible in that fourth quarter offensively.
Their pace, yeah.
They were terrible. I think they started off like what were they, like of whatever
I mean,
from.
they were just creeping, bro.
But it was just, I thought the execution there was no running plays. It was just bad execution. Both 4 quarters of this series. I feel like I'm watching the old JB teams. Their offense just hero ball, jacking up threes.
Right.
Well, again, who do you have other than Donovan Mitchell that can create their own shot?
I don't need to create a shot. I want to see somebody out there cutting out the ball. I want to see some trying to exploit matchups and pick and roll like they do, trying to get switches and try to make your offense easier on yourself. I don't see that.
And to that, Jared stepped up tonight. I mean, it's just.
Well, Jared did what he could do.
Yeah.
He's not.
I mean,
he is who he
as
is.
far as game one, for sure he stepped up. But I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I just think that, if we're mad at Kenny Atkinson for Craig Porter not playing more, I mean, I do agree. I saw what you saw. I mean, he had 2 steals in the first half. I mean, he seemed
only
like
played
he
4
was
minutes.
Yeah,
right.
But
and
at
they
the
look
same
gassed.
time,
I was happy to see him out there.
If you were, if you're going into this series and you say, all right, Craig Porter's the guy that we're going to need to rely on, you're probably not going to think you're going to win the series anyways.
I'm not saying you got to rely on him. I'm just saying it's to make it easier on your other guys you need to rely on.
He's been with us,
He hasn't. He didn't help out Donovan at all tonight. I don't think he didn't help out Ty Jerome. I mean, Ty Jerome played a bad game, but I just think the guys that Strus, the guys that did the primary ball handling, I thought he could have gave some relief more just by rotating Porter in more.
But Joseph, they were up 7 with 50 seconds left. It's not like Kenny Atkinson. I mean, Kenny Atkinson
but what
had
happened
him
there? The last 50 seconds, they turned the ball over because they couldn't get it past half court because they're tired.
Oh, they're NBA athletes. That's
I know,
not.
But they're still going to say that they're human beings. They're going to get tired.
I understand, but you cannot put that on Kenny for their last 50-second debacle. He wasn't the reason why Max Strus just threw an absolute lob as an inbound pass. I mean, that's not because Max Strus was tired.
Chris, it wasn't just the 50 seconds; it was the whole fourth quarter. We had a pretty decent lead and Kenny went
yeah.
to Donovan with like 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I thought that was way too early to put Donovan back into the game.
What? They were on a run. You had to put Donovan Mitchell in the game.
Not the minutes he was playing. He overworked his starters, bottom line, and that's how Indiana got back into the
When
game.
you have three perennial all-stars that are hurt, you're going to.
No, you got guys on your bench you can turn to. There's a reason why we've been so successful this year is because Donovan has taken a back seat.
Right.
He's allowed other guys to step up, and that's why we've won games.
But that's not his fault that Ty Jerome scored 2 points tonight. Like, guys.
Yeah, and
you're expecting. You were Donovan Mitchell had to play a game like tonight in order for them to even be close. We're forgetting the fact that the NBA is a game of runs, man. The runs are going to happen. It's all runs. You were up 7 with 50 seconds left. You didn't close the game. That wasn't a Kenny Atkinson problem. That was a execution problem with guys that aren't used to being out there with 50 seconds left in the game. That's what that was. You got to find a body and box out. You have to. Like, you can't throw the ball. You know, Donovan Mitchell, I mean, yeah, whatever. He was swinging his arms. I'm glad they didn't call it flagrant. That was playoff basketball. I don't mind that. But you can't. I mean, Max Strus, why are you lobbing an inbound pass like that? I mean, that was just horrible. You can't blame that. In my opinion, you can't blame that on fatigue. You just blame that on.
I could blame the play call he drew up. I could also blame who did he have on the court at that time too, or anybody? Does everybody remember who was out there on that?
I mean,
Ty Jerome, Jared Allen.
I think Deaton Wade was out there too.
Yeah, but who else could have been out there? There's 3 all-stars that are on the bench.
You need to get an inbound pass and just make the free throws. They're going to foul you.
I agree.
But that's my hope. Why is Dean Wade out there? What purpose does Dean Wade give you in that situation?
But who else could you put out there?
Yeah, there's not much else we can really have out there.
Guys that can actually get open. And that's my hope. I didn't get the call he drew up or the play he drew up either. Well, it just looked shitty. Like, let's just try to lob it in there. There was everybody's just standing around picking their ass. There was I mean, why is D Wade even out there in that situation? And that moment, he should not have been in the game.
He's a big body. If you have to throw it high, you hope he can come.
I need guys that can get open. We need to just inbound the ball and make free throws. Why wasn't Sam Merrill in the game?
Kenny also didn't use his challenge either. There were a few plays that were controversial late in the game.
Sure.
He could have gone to, and he decided not to use a challenge. Fine, may that be, but there were just some late game decisions that he didn't draw up well.
I 100% agree with Joey. I saw a lot of that.
Yeah, I don't think he had I mean, I get the box out part. I agree with that. I just think he didn't.
There was no rim protection, Joe. There's no rim protection.
No.
And that's our problem. We don't have a backup center, man.
No.
Yeah. We can't just have Tristan Thompson waving the towel
about all year.
Yeah, we've been talking about getting a backup big. But,
yeah, man, it hurts, man.
I still, I mean, we signed Okeke, Chuma. I mean, I'm not, you could have got somebody else, but it is what it is, man. We don't got a big. The market wasn't really appealing. Maybe look for it in the offseason, see what's up. But I mean, we choked, bro. The Cavs choked. That's just what it is. I mean, I don't really have nothing to say, man. The Cavs just choked.
I agree.
We had it.
It's an emotional loss too, and I feel you, bro.
The Pacers but this is what the Pacers do. They've been a comeback team. It's not nothing new. This is actually what they do.
It's experience.
They've done it.
It's the coaching, bro. That man Rick is him.
Like that's what I was saying. When you have players, 5 players that are on the court that have been down 7 with 50 seconds left, and it's the opposite with the Cavs tonight. You only had realistically maybe 2 players for the Cavs that have been there.
Right. It's not healthy, man. I mean, the lineup looks ridiculous on paper.
It's
And
horrible.
I agree with that. I made that point. I thought my criticism of Kenny Atkinson is just more of what he's got. He's working with what he has available to him. I thought he could get some things better, but
Well, of course.
in terms of the roster construction, I've been bitching about stuff that I don't like the smaller backcourt. But again, they're two all stars, but not having the backup big, that's coming to bite us in the ass. And then also, just like you guys just said, not having just those other things that you need as well that they have, that experience that we don't have. I mean, our only experience is Tristan Thompson. All he's good for is waving a towel. I mean, he's not playing. We need guys that are going to be effective in play and have the experience at the same time. We don't have that.
I do think that no matter what, all hands on deck game 3. I think the Cavs could win this series still.
Yeah.
They just need the players back healthy. If they can't miss another game, or it's over. But
That's what I'm saying. Somebody got to come back.
Yeah, I mean, Gergs, what did you think of? Some of the injuries you read about of the guys sitting out. What are your thoughts about it?
I mean, I think that Darius Garland's injury must be a lot worse than what.
Yeah,
It's
I
even
think
being
Garland's
said.
injuries. Yeah, I think it's debilitating his run.
Yeah, I mean the fact
It's almost sounds like it's like a turf toe issue, like a
it's
football.
almost like a week and a half now. I mean,
Yeah.
he must be. You think of a toe. I mean, here I've had a messed up toe. I mean, it hurts to walk. But so I mean, it must be some serious toe problems. But an ankle injury, Mobley. I mean, you better get some shots up. In that
What
ankle.
about the thumb injury from DeAndre Hunter? Dislocated right thumb. I get it's a shooting hand, but I mean, I saw Kobe Bryant run an NBA Finals with a dislocated right thumb.
Yeah, he actually popped it back in place. But
Yeah,
I mean,
itself.
yeah, it's a whole nother league though. This day and age, man.
Everybody ain't Kobe.
Yeah. I mean that.
I know. It just drives me nuts, man. Because it's like, dog, you're down 0-1. Get out there and play.
Mobley better play game 3, or it's over if Mobley doesn't. He's the guy that has to play. He's the guy that has to play. Because
I don't like that.
They have no other rim protection outside of Jared Allen without him. And for Dean Wade to collect 10 rebounds, good for Dean Wade. But in my opinion, if he was the only one that could outside of Jared Allen, and that's says more than anything.
That's a front office issue. I like we've been saying Cody Altman's praises, but I think he's probably taking some notes right now of what they need to get better at for the postseason, stuff you need. And my other thing too, we talk about the injury part of it just now. That's the new age, this new NBA. It is what it is. But I went on your show too, and I think it was was it 2-3 weeks ago, and I bitched about. I didn't complain, but I said I was a little concerned about not practicing for that span in 2 months. I didn't like that. And I'm just telling you, when I watched and I hear Kenny Atkinson after game 1 questioning himself whether or not they should have scrimmaged more leading up to this series after the Miami Heat, that little break they had, I just you got to practice, man. And I'm just telling you, I see stuff in this series, especially in game 1. I see it tonight with just the fatigue. Guys, when you don't practice for 2 months and you don't practice even in between playoff series, and I get you want to rest, but you still don't practice, I just think it comes back to biting your ass at some point. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are.
I mean, that's just the NBA now. These guys don't practice anymore. All they do is play games. So it's like these guys shooting threes at every game, like a bunch of threes. It's just unfortunately the way these teams are coached and the way they play.
Tune, you there?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You already said it, in the regular season, you want to build good habits. But yeah, I think Kenny Atkinson, just wanted to get his guys some rest. I mean, we did we swept we swept Miami,
Right.
so we did our job and got it done early and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like, are we having this conversation if the Cavs would have won tonight?
Not yet. I mean, they still got still a
like,
7-game series, but
like the Cavs would have just sealed the deal, man.
that's my whole point. Why did they not seal the deal?
The poor execution. Yeah, I know.
That's my whole point.
I
It's
mean,
just crazy, bro. I can't even talk about Donovan Mitchell perform. I can't even be happy about it. Like,
Oh yeah, he should have had that should have been
I
his
had a
signature.
live plan. I had a whole live
Uh,
plan. I was gonna talk about good things to say about the team. Donovan Mitchell performance. But yeah, that's over with.
Humble, you back?
yeah, yes, sir.
What do you think about that, Humble?
I mean, Donovan looked like he was back on Utah. That's what it looked like.
Well, I'm saying, what do you think about them not practicing for 2 months? It sounded like they really practiced a lot leading up to this series. Do you think some of those bad habits are starting to catch up to them?
No, no, I
No.
just feel like they're injured, man. And I
Yeah,
Yeah,
mean,
but
like Toon said, I don't think we have this conversation if Evan's out there, if Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland are both healthy.
Gerg?
I mean, obviously, practice helps. I mean, you can't say it wouldn't help, But yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with these two. I think it's this conversation isn't happening if everyone's healthy. But
Yeah,
I do think Max Strus needs to, if everyone is healthy. I don't. The guards, the three guards, you need a forward out there. You
I
need
agree.
a core out there, or Hunter if he comes back. I mean, did you really go out and trade for Hunter to bring him off the bench in the playoffs? I mean, I
Or at
that
least put him
needs
in the closing lineups. He wasn't
that
in the
needs
closing lineup of game one.
that needs to that needs to be addressed. Max Strus, nice bench piece, played well today, shot well today, hit a big
Yeah.
three
Right.
to put him up 7.
Yeah.
But I think that I don't know. I think one of the Cavs' big things, advantages on them could be size, but they're not allowing it to be. They're wanting to go small with Strus as their third guard, and I don't know. I mean,
You
here when
can't
you
do that
have
against
Dean
a team like
Wade,
Indiana.
Sam Merrill, stinking Ty Jerome, just playing like he's not. I mean, playing like his rookie year, and you're just not going to win a playoff series with those guys playing major minutes. It's unfortunate, but I think a lot of it's they're getting hit with injuries.
Yeah, I agree. I don't. Tune, you and I talked about this before the series. I think it was you and I, when you're on my live was Saturday. We talked about. We even brought up should they consider starting a Coro just to give you another forward out there.
yeah, we was going back and forth, but then you changed your mind on it. um, I mean, he brought Okoro out. Okoro got some playing time. I mean, it's just the offensive end of Okoro. That's what the only thing. But Okoro gonna bring the defense. I think
Tune.
I would like him on I do like him. Pressure Halliburton. What you said, humble?
I was just gonna say, did you see Isaac on the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that all about? Because I
But
kind of just looked over and I just seen he was on the floor. I'm like, what's going on, man?
Well, I told when he got knocked down.
Yeah.
He came off he was going over top of a screen. I think he just got kneed the knee or something like that, or
Oh.
it was just a bang bang play. I mean, he didn't go out of the game, but
Right. Right.
he looked like he was hurt for a second.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't.
worried for him.
I mean,
For
what do you go ahead, humble?
no, I just that's the only thing I want to mention about Okoro. Yeah, that's what I seen.
So I'll go around. We'll finish up with this, you guys. I appreciate you for tuning in tonight.
Thank you, Joe.
I appreciate you guys for coming on. Regardless of who's healthy or not, Oh, no, I'll start with you, Gersh. Should Isaac Okoro start at the 3 in Game 5? Or not Game 5, Game 3, excuse me.
I'd start Hunter. He gives you both offensively and defensive size, and uh, again, you traded for him. Why are you bringing him off the bench? I don't like that. I'd start Hunter.
Well, if Hunter's not healthy, would you still would in that like just let's say it's like tonight? Would you start Okoro still over Struz?
That's tough.
Or do you take out Sam Merrill, maybe put Struz at the 2 and put Okoro at the 3?
Here,
I get
I
it.
think if those three are out, Game 3, I mean, you just flip a coin at that point, because I mean, you you need something on the offensive side of the ball if you're missing Mobley and Hunter and Garland. I mean, you need something out there. I don't hate here. I just think today they gave it away at the end. I think they played well for 47 minutes. I think that the injuries and stuff like that, you could chalk this up. Game 1, I thought, was terrible coaching. I think he got out coached by Carlisle.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But Game 3, to go in there, I mean, here, if you're without those three again, good luck. Because Indiana's going to be hopping. But I think if you have all three of them, I think you start those three with Jared Allen and Donovan Mitchell, and I think it's a new series. But if everyone's healthy, I still think you give Okoro minutes and just have him just constantly pressuring Halliburton and making it tough on them, and not having them, come into their sets when they're not pushing the ball. But I don't know why they're not constantly pressuring. I wouldn't. I'd pressure him full court the whole game with Okora, Hunter. It doesn't matter. I would do it. I would try to get him off his spots the whole time.
Well, yeah, if he's the point of attack. If you slow him up, like they did do a better job tonight. If you pressure him, you slow down their pace. Like that's why I thought too. Offensively, we should have threw the ball more in the paint to Mobley in Game 1. He was 9 of 13 at 20 and 10. He probably should have had 30 points that night. I thought some of those shots I took in that fourth quarter were they were forcing the 3, and they couldn't. Mobley was having a good game down low, and they could have threw it down to him more, but we chose not to. I didn't understand that. But I mean, one of the ways the Pacers love to play fast. That's what they're really good at, pushing the ball at the floor, high pace. I mean, but when you are aggressive at the point of attack defensively, like you said on Halliburton, you at least try to slow that down and negate that, make it work. Humble, what do you think about Okoro game 3?
I mean, honestly, defense wins championships, and I can see why you guys want that to happen and everything. It's just hard to tell right now, man. I think you could say it was a good thing that we got Hunter, but maybe it was a bad thing we got him halfway through the season. Is it messing up chemistry? Is it not? Who gets PT? Who shouldn't? I don't know. I will tell you, man, it's been a long ride, and I hope the players get rested up, get in that hot tub, get those muscles going, man, get the massage going, whatever you guys need, man, get back on the court. We need Evan Mobley, bro. Because honestly, and I think Toon could back me up on this, and you too, Joe. But if we didn't have Jared Allen, bro, we would have got blown out. I mean, the pace would have been. I mean, it would have been crazy.
Oh yeah, we didn't have Jared Allen tonight. They probably had 100 points in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's all I gotta say, man.
Joey, you still there, bud?
Yeah, yeah, I'm here.
What do you? I know you're listening to all this. What do you think about the starting lineup for Game 3? What do you want to see differently? Should Strus start or no?
Assuming we're healthy.
Assuming we're healthy.
Assuming we're healthy.
Really. I mean,
assuming we're healthy. Assuming we're healthy, you don't gotta, break the wheel. Just play what you've been doing all year. Put Strus at the 3. Bring Hunter and Jerome off the bench. It's worked for us, all regular season. I don't think we need to, you know,
This
change
isn't the
up any.
regular season, Joey.
I don't think we need to change anything up with that because we've yet to play our normal lineup this series because of injuries.
I agree with you,
So,
Joe.
I'd say let's just do that. I mean, Okaro's great defensively, but man, he's a liability offensively. So I like using him as a specialist for Halliburton, but other than that, I would not play him too much if we have a full healthy lineup.
I'll say this before I hand it off to Toon. I agree with you, Gergs. This is different in the playoffs. I think this matchup. I think if Darius Garland's healthy for Game 3, he gives you offense. Right? So now I could take out Strus and I can put in an Okoro at the 3. If I still want to bring Hunter and Jerome off the bench for some reason, I would go with Hunter first. But if they want to keep those two off the bench, okay, then I would say I would put Okoro at the 3 if Darius is back in Game 3 because I think he'll give me more offense, or Darius will give me more offense. Excuse me, and now I can put a guy who's more of a defensive guy out there in Okoro. That's just that's what I would do.
I think Strus has been playing too well to bench him. I think Strus has been playing pretty solid.
I agree with you, Joe.
I don't think I got a bad feeling Donovan's not going to be ready on Friday. I just think he got beat up like crazy tonight.
Yeah.
I hope he plays, but man, I'm not. I'm just weary of the fact that Donovan's going to play Friday.
Yeah. Well, we'll close out with this. We'll go around the horn here. Oh, Tune-in's back. Gergs, I'll go to you and I'll let you get out of here. What's your thoughts on the rest of the series? What do you see happening?
I think if they're healthy, they still win.
Really?
Yeah, I
Sure.
don't think this series is over, but they got to come back. I mean, Evan Mobley to me is the most important one of the 3. If Evan Mobley's not back Friday, it's over.
What gives you confidence, though? I'm just from your stand. What do you see that thinks that they're healthy, they could still win this series?
I just think that they're the better team. I think that they're the way that Donovan Mitchell is. They have the best player. They defensively on the block, they'll be fine. Hopefully, they'll make the adjustments from Game 1 that they needed to make. I don't think that they're going to play as bad defensively against them Game 1. And again, I just think that, that's them 5 together. I just think that they're, it helps the rotation. Now you're not playing Dean Wade's, you know what I mean? You're now, you got your solid core 7 or 8, if you want to bring in Merrill for a little bit, but you got your 8, got your rotation back. And I just think that, Ty Jerome needs to wake up. I tell you that. But even then, I just think that the 5 of Garland, Mitchell, Hunter, Mobley, and Jared Allen, I think that it's just going to be too much for the Pacers with them all there. I mean, here they played again 47 minutes without 3 All-Stars essentially, and they were up 7. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not like
That's a great point, Chris.
It's not like they get
No,
number one for a reason.
They've been in the games the last. It's not like
I mean, if you're going to sit here and tell me that they got blown out tonight, then yeah, okay, whatever. But they should have won. They should have won this game tonight. They should have won this game tonight without 3 All-Stars. I mean,
Yeah.
I think if they're both all back healthy, I think that they win it. I'm not too concerned. I mean, I know home court is home court. But at the end of the day, I think these guys are professionals and they can go in and steal a game, 2 games in Indiana.
Now. I mean,
yeah, I think they could take 2 games in Indiana, and and then win their next 2 at home. I think it's probably going to be a 7-game series, of course.
Yeah.
I don't see them peeling off the next 4, but I mean, it very well. It could be 2-2 coming back to Cleveland, but they have to be healthy.
Well, I hope you're right. I appreciate you for coming on here tonight, Chris. And
I do too, Chris.
anything else before I let you go?
Yep, absolutely. Nope.
All right. I'll see you in the next one, brother.
Yep.
Joey, do you have any closing thoughts here? What do you see the rest of the series?
Yeah, I just don't see Donovan playing Friday, and Darius. I mean, if Donovan doesn't play, the series is over. If Mobley or Darius doesn't play, the series is over. So Chris is right on we have to be healthy. I just don't see it right now. I think he's underestimating home court, and Indiana's a super tough place to win. I think at best case scenario, we win one game. We win one game there, and it'll probably close out in 5 or 6.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on tonight, Joey. Hopefully you feel better tomorrow after witnessing that loss tonight in person.
Oh, it's terrible. It was worse than the Browns Flacco loss.
Damn.
I was at both of them.
Appreciate you, Joey. I'll see you. Man. Well, shout out to Rage Quit over on Twitch. He said he's taking a nice dump right now. I guess that's how he's coping with the loss. Appreciate it. Shout out to Nothing. He said good night. And he said nobody wins games in Indy. Humble and Tune, what do you guys see the rest of this series? I'll start with you, Humble. You go ahead.
It's been a long day without you, my calves. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you next off season.
Oh,
That's how it's going, man.
Off
Yeah.
season already.
Yeah, bro.
Damn.
It hurts, bro. We needed a center, bro. We wanted to get Hunter, bro. We should have got a center, bro. I been said this, bro.
Nah, Hunter was the right choice, bro.
No, he wasn't, bro. We need a backup big, bro. Need a backup big like Steven Adams, bro. Imagine if we had Steven Adams out there, bro.
Man, seeing us down 0-2, I'm gonna get greedy. I want both. Give me Hunter and a big. Shit.
I feel you, bro.
I go get a guy at the freaking Y, like at least 7 feet, that can at least protect the rim. We need something. I mean, we're way too thin. I know you and I talk about it all year too. It's just that's a concern we had. Just way
Man,
too thin.
I would have took Marcus Morris right now.
At least Marcus got that experience. At least physical.
I tell him all the time about Marcus Morris, man. That's I don't care what nobody said, man. He gave us something last year in the playoffs at his age, but I wish he was still on the roster.
I agree with you. Actually, his experience and toughness. Yeah,
I take him over Dean Wade. I'll tell you that.
He lit up Boston last year. What he had, like 30 something points on Boston in the playoffs last year. Yeah. I like Morris, and he's physical. Get physical with the Pacers.
Right. Yeah, we need an enforcer like him, bro. On the court, though.
Yeah, I don't have one. Mike gave his analysis. He said, "Go Browns." He's already moving on to football season.
Man, I feel you, Mike.
It ain't over yet.
It ain't over yet. But
it ain't over yet. So.
Real quick, what do you guys think about? Do you think the Cavs are getting the physicality part of it? I saw guys getting pushed on the floor in this fourth quarter tonight. I thought they were actually matching the physicality better in game one, than game one through 3 quarters. But I thought the fourth quarter they were kind of letting them get pushed around a little bit. You saw Indiana kind of ramp up the intensity a little bit. What do you guys think of the physicality part of it?
Yeah, it was definitely game more physical. It was better than game one for the Cavs, but guys getting on the floor. Matherin, Neesmith, those guys, man. Even Thomas Bryant had got physical with off the screen. I forgot who it was. Who was? I think that might have been a play Humble was talking about. Where Coral got hurt.
Yeah, he got chipped on that coming over the top.
Yeah. The Pacers.
The one that stood out to me was I think it was Donovan was getting the inbound, and I think Matherin or somebody just literally shoved him down to the ground.
And he made the and one. I think you talking about the and one.
No, this is like
No, the
it was
inbound.
towards the end of the fourth quarter.
Oh, the end of the fourth.
We were trying to go full court. They made a basket, and we went to go inbound, and you could tell they were down up. They were ratcheting up their pressure, and we were going to inbound the ball, and one of our guys, I don't know if it was Donovan. I think it was Donovan, where somebody was trying to get the inbound pass, and Matthew
Oh,
literally
Donovan.
shoved him on the ground. It was, I think, it was the play where Struess got hit in the eye or in the nose.
Yeah, that Matherin. Oh, yeah, I think Matherin hit him in the nose. Yeah, it could have been. Yeah,
It was it was somebody. Maybe it wasn't Matherin. Somebody opposite on the other side of the baseline there.
Neesmith.
It might have been Neesmith. They pushed Donovan. I mean, they just literally just threw his ass to the ground. Like it was like, I mean, you could tell their their physicality just ratcheted up fast. Like it was like, and they were just way more physical than us.
Yeah, I remember. The. Yeah, I think I remember when Don was trying to go for the rebound. No, Don. No, it was at the free throw line, and Neesmith ran to get the putback, and Donovan tried to get
Well,
a
there
chase
was that
down.
one. It was
Yeah,
they made a basket, and we were
yeah.
going to inbound full court, and Donovan was on one side, Struess was on the other, and Donovan like ran up to get the inbound pass. The dude just threw him down. I think that's the play where Struess still got the inbound, and then that's where Benedict reached in and swiped him and got him where he started bleeding. I think it was that same play.
Yeah, they definitely been physical in this series, man. And Cavs can't be soft. We just gotta continue to master physicality. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hostile. I'm going into Indiana, in that building. So it's hard. It's gonna be hard to get 2 games in that building, but
What do you see the rest of the series, Tim? You're the
if
most optimistic fan I know.
I try to be, but I try to be, but man, if them guys don't come back, man, it's hard for me to say the Cavs could win 4 games, can get the 4 wins. I mean, so I would say I'm gonna say Cavs in 7, but if them guys don't come back, then this might be over. It's over. If the guys come back though, I'm gonna say Cavs in 7, but for right now, it look like it's over. I won't be surprised if we lose
I
going
think
to Indiana.
Yeah, I agree. If the guys come back, I think they can push it to 7. I mean, here I know I got on Kenny a little bit tonight more than usual. I thought Kenny overall, though, I thought Chris made good points about what he was working with tonight. You have 3 of your perennial guys out. I mean, obviously you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, it's
I thought
basically
he did
three
a he,
stars. Right?
yeah, I thought he did a good. He coached a good enough game for them to win. I thought he did some things really well. I thought some of the adjustments were really good. I just the rotation thing. I just thought maybe kind of could have hurt them. I thought, excuse me, did hurt them a little bit in the end. And I thought that falls back on him. He's in charge of the rotations, so that's why I'm a little harder on him a little bit tonight. But at the end of the day, guys got to do what they got to do. They got to execute. They got to rebet. They got to box out. You got to play smarter basketball. Uh, but I mean, here it is what it is. I mean, I agree with you. If they get healthy, I think they could push it to 7. But if it stays as is, even if even if Hunter and Mobley come back like the game 1, I I still see Indiana winning the series right now. I just think it's a bad matchup for us. I hear Brian Windhorst today saying that the Cavs were worried about this series possibly happening. In the last couple of months, Windhorst said that today. I don't know if you saw that too, and he said it over on ESPN Cleveland. Uh, so I mean, they were worried for a reason. I think you can see why. I think it's from a defensive standpoint. It's just a bad matchup for them defensively.
Yeah, it's definitely the matchup thing, and that's why fans saying Cavs in 5, not really kind of overlooking the opponent. I said what I said because if DG and the guys would be ready to go, but I said it would be a competitive series. I said Cavs gonna win, but it's gonna be a competitive series. I know
Yeah,
the Pacers team is a tough team, and I seen them come back. Like even when they down, like the league ain't safe. Just because you got a lead on the Pacers, do not mean the lead is safe. And you saw that tonight. They came back and Tyrese hit that shot at Ty Jerome Grill. He he's clutch. You know the
Man, I
Pacers
seen it, bro.
is
I gotta
clutch.
remember that for the rest of my life, man.
Hey, but yeah, but that's why the Cavs got to win this series, man. You can't go down like this, man. This is a legacy. This is a legacy series for Donovan Mitchell. It kind of it's gonna hurt if he get eliminated again. Out the second round. This is a legacy series. So I hope Donovan Mitchell can make it out.
Yeah, I said this beginning of the show too when Mike was up here. And I'll close up with this. I thought I'm thinking to myself, man, if they really do lose the series in 5, or just lose in general, I mean, there's going to be some tough conversation I think they're going to have within that building about maybe some things they might have to do with that roster. I don't know. I don't overreact, but just Darius, you got to count on him in these moments, and
Darius, man.
Miss
he's
that guy.
hurt, and it's a smaller size backcourt. It's where I know it's a defensive liability.
Darius always hurt.
Yeah, they might have to have some tough conversations about him, because Donovan's obviously your guy. Donovan's the man,
That's humble boy, humble. That's your boy, man. Your boy always hurt, man.
and
Yeah, I know.
I love Darius Garland. I don't want to, but it's just that you got to. How long you can't keep wasting years? I mean, we're hoping that he's healthy, and here you're going to get teams like Indiana. They're going to, even if Darius plays, it's still a defensive liability because how small they are.
Yeah,
Especially
but that's why you got them two bigs in the back. You got
it is, but
the Twin
I think
Towers.
like what Chris was saying, when you have your 3 perimeter players, your 3 guards out there, they're going to switch you. They're going to, you know what I mean? They're going to, and the Cavs switch everything.
Uh,
So they like to switch a lot. So when you
Well,
switch a lot, they're going to exploit those matchups. And I just think that's why you should have DeAndre Hunter out there more.
yeah, exactly. The Hunter, you
Yeah.
traded for Hunter because he's our missing small forward. He's
Right.
our missing piece to the
But
three.
they
So
don't, for some reason, they don't want to start him. So
that's Kenny. That's on Kenny though. Kenny
yeah.
prefer him off the bench. So I mean, he like him playing with
That's my
Taj
whole
Jerome.
point is I just don't see if you're not going to start him, you're going to start Strus and these 3 guards. I just don't see how that's going to be. I think it's
Yeah,
always a liability going forward. You know what I mean?
yeah. I would like Hunter starting. Yeah, yeah. Because
I'll be honest with you. If I'm the front office, I'm telling Kenny X, hey man, we didn't go get this guy to bring him off the bench. Like
nah,
we can't be losing like this. That's my whole thing. Is I think
yeah.
if he's so reluctant to not start him, the front office may have to make some tough decisions.
Kenny save him for Boston, man. I think he's saving for Boston.
You got to get the bus first.
You got to get there, right? Got
I
to make it
figure
out of this.
War Gaming Wonderlist. He said Cavs are done.
It might
Uh,
be.
Mike's even getting predictions for the season. He said Quinshon Judkins offensive rookie.
Yeah.
And then these two are getting in a. I'm not gonna put all these. They're talking about gaming. He said, "No, I haven't played it, so no idea." Mike says, "Battle check." I'll check it out.
That's how
That's how bad
bad.
it is. We're in here
That's how
talking
bad.
about. We're in here talking about video games tonight. But appreciate you, War Game Wonderlist. I appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully the Cavs.
Joe,
But Humble, you want to tell me to like, subscribe, and share this channel, Humble?
man, it's my guy Tuning Sports, man. You gonna want to follow this guy. I actually, believe it or not, Joe, I met this guy named Cam at the game. I'm like, Cam, you gotta follow my guy Tuning Sports, man. Come to
Oh
his
yeah, I
channel, man.
appreciate you, man.
He's like,
Yeah,
I don't even know how to spell that. I'm like, here, bro. I gave him my phone, bro. It
yeah.
was trust, bro. I had trust, man.
Shout out to Humble, man. Shout out to
Humble's a
Humble,
real
bro.
one.
Yeah,
But
Humble.
yeah, man, I had to do that, man. That's my guy, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
You know that.
Um, Joe, I gotta say this before I head out too, man. He's talking about physicality. You know who was in the building?
Who? Miles Garrett?
Your boy, Miles Garrett.
They should have put him out
I
there
had the
at center.
binoculars on. You said what?
They should have put him out there at center.
Right.
He
I
would have
had
got
the
all the rebounds.
listen to this. I had the binoculars on, right? I found him. And then I took off the binoculars I mean, he's the biggest shirt out there. Big white shirt. I mean,
Oh,
easiest guy to spot.
he's like 6'5", 295, all muscle.
And I'm
He
all the way up there. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the
is,
stands and I can see him. I'm like, oh man,
he's one
yeah,
of the biggest freaks you'll ever see in your life. I
yes,
mean,
sir.
I'm glad he's on our team, but
Right, but
He should be out there in the front court.
that's what I'm saying. He would got nobody. Yeah, he would have got all the
over D
rebounds.
Wade,
Yeah,
man.
replace Dean Wade or somebody.
He would have threw Miles turnaround like a little
Box
rag
out. He
doll.
would have boxed out.
Oh, he would have boxed everybody out. That
Joe,
dude, he
that's a
would have
different
boxed the wind
conversation.
out.
We got to ask another time. LeBron going to the Cowboys back on the lockout. I got to ask you about that someday.
Oh yeah, we'll get. I got some other stuff with LeBron too coming up this off season.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we'll get into that. But Tim, where can they find you at, brother?
Oh yeah, man. Well, appreciate you for having me on. But yeah, you can find me Tune In Sports. If you have trouble spelling that, it's on the screen. But yeah, TUNE capital N capital S Sports, and you can find me on YouTube, and same way spelled like that on YouTube, spelled like that on Instagram, and it's spelled like that on Twitter. And I'm more active on Instagram and Twitter. But that's where you can find me at, man. Tune In Sports.
Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys for coming on tonight, and I'll see you guys on the next one or over on your channel, Tim.
Yeah, of course, man. Appreciate you having me on, man. Shout out to you. Um, yeah, man. Hopefully, things get better.
And we hope. But all right, I'll see you guys.
All right, salute, Joe.
Appreciate you guys. Shout out to Humble. Shout out to Tune In Sports. Make sure you go subscribe to Tune In Sports. And yeah, man, that's all I got for you guys tonight. Like, subscribe, share. If you like this content, leave a comment below. And it's still go Cavs, but hopefully we get a win in Game 3. That's all we hope for. But tough one tonight. But we'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out of here. Gone.